Hey guys, welcome back. So today is day 4 of my attempt at the 18-day composting method. It will be a part 2 video where I'm going to show you all the different flips and the progress as we go through the 18 days, and hopefully by the end of this we will have a good final product. So 4 days ago I put together this compost pile here, and I'm attempting the 18-day composting method that I saw by watching Perma Pasture Farms on YouTube. I wanted to try that method out and see if it would work well for me. So about 4 days ago I compiled this pile that you see and covered it with a tarp. I used equal parts green and equal parts brown material in a pile that is roughly 3 by 3 feet, so a cubic yard. For more information on how I put that pile together, I'm going to link a video up here so you can watch that part 1. But this is going to be part 2 of the process of how we flip it every other day, and just see this. Hopefully we'll be able to see the slow transition of it turning from just brown and green materials into a good compost product at the end. So I'm going to take this tarp off, and I'm actually going to test the temperature of it to see if it's starting to heat up, and then we'll flip it today. And every 2 days I'm going to come back and film our flips, and hopefully we'll see a good progression. So today is day 4, and let's get started. So I can already tell after taking the tarp off that it has sunk down quite a bit. It was filled all the way to the brim here, and I can feel the heat coming off of this. So I put in the compost thermometer, and it's registering right between 145 and 150, which is exactly where we want it to be. They consider that the hot zone, so you know that there's a lot of microbial action going on, and it's really starting to break down quickly. So we're going to go ahead and flip this, and that will incorporate oxygen and just help keep that breakdown process going. You want to help me take the cover off? the last flip of this compost pile for the 18-day compost method. Technically it is day 20 because I did have to skip a day here or there just due to work or other just life issues that have come up. So technically from start to finish this is day 20, but I'm still considering it the 18-day composting method because I did my best to go by those parameters as much as possible. But just to recap, we started this by layering a bunch of greens and browns, and my browns happened to be chicken manure mixed in with the chicken bedding, and greens were just fresh cut grass clippings with a few other things that I just accumulated from around the garden. We took a piece of fencing, and that was 3 feet wide, and we layered all of those components and left them in there for 4 days. Covered them with a tarp, and then from then on out we flipped it every other day and put a tarp back on it afterwards. And the tarp was just to maintain the moisture levels so that it wouldn't have as much evaporative losses, but also if it rained it wouldn't get the pile too wet. So it was just to maintain a more constant moisture level. So let me show you what our finished product looks like, and we're going to take its temperature and see how hot it is still. So that is the conclusion of my first attempt at this 18-day composting method. Again, I learned this method by watching Perma Pastures farm on YouTube. They have quite a few videos explaining it in more thorough detail. So I wanted to try composting this year because I believe composting is very important for the garden, and it makes good use of the extra bedding that we have left over when we clean out the chicken tractor. And I wanted to teach myself a new skill set because I've mentioned in the past, we're very hopeful that we're going to have land someday soon, and we want to become homesteaders as much as possible. We just really are actively working towards that lifestyle. So part of that is just teaching myself new skill sets. So I decided to tackle composting to try to improve my garden and just to learn something new. So I think this method is a very good method. I probably will try it again several times. It is labor intensive. That's one downside. You have to be out here tending to it. But all in all, it really doesn't take that much time out of your day. But it does get your heart rate up. It's a good workout. So this is the final product from my attempt at the 18-day composting method. This is what it looks like 20 days later. I still see quite a bit of identifiable twigs and leaves. I'm not 100% sure if that is okay or not. I do think it's very close to being finished, but I'm not sure if it's 100% there yet. But I have very limited knowledge on the subject, and this is really my first time composting ever. So I'm still trying to learn, but I think this is a worthy method. I think it's something that I will try again, and as I learn more, I'll be more comfortable with what truly is finished and what needs a little bit more time. I think for today though, I am just going to tarp this again just to protect it from the elements and let it continue to break down even further, and then I'll probably apply it to the garden in a couple more weeks. One thing I did learn through this process is that it's very, very important to chop up your components in as small pieces as possible. With this first pile, we used grass clippings and chicken bedding, which was partially broken down to begin with, so everything was pretty small. A week later, after I started this pile, I also started a second 18-day composting pile, and I did that one in very much a hurry. I was rushing to get it compiled because that day we were expecting rain and the kids were hungry. So instead of chopping everything up very finely, I literally just pulled big long strands of grass out of the field and just layered it as quickly as possible. So the components that I used were not broken down and chopped up as finely as they were with the first pile. And I can tell that it made a significant difference in the ease of turning it. It was much harder to flip with a pitchfork, and I don't feel like it got nearly as hot to begin with. The temperatures only got up to about 130 versus 145, which I got with the original pile. I do still think it will break down. It still will be very good, useful compost, but it's not going to do it quite as quickly as the original pile I made. So if you want compost to be created quickly, I've learned you need to start with very small pieces. Small pieces equal more surface area, which means it's just going to break down more quickly. There's more area for those microbes to break it down. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoy our content. If you do, please share this with your friends and like this video and subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate that. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.